Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we're going to be talking about 25 more gameplay features that I was able to find from the GTA 6 leaks. These are things you're going to be able to interact with, do in-game, and just generally cool things that I noticed. So just like in previous Rockstar games, GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to be able to overhear in the world. Strangers and freaks, random events, and Jason looks like he's at this pool, and there's two guys that are talking to each other, and they're actually talking about Jay Norris from GTA 5. So this confirms that the game is going to be taking place in modern times, which we obviously knew, but it's just fun to see Rockstar reference this old character. So obviously I can't show you the footage, but I can tell you what they end up saying. So one guy is sitting in a lawn chair, and the other guy is standing on the edge of the pool. He says, "I'm just looking at this video Shanice posted on Life Invader. Yeah, so Jay Norris can download your effing brain and sell it to the Chinese." The other guy says, "Come on, man, not this again." And Jay Norris is dead, man. He says, "Oh yeah, he's dead, is he? Just like there's a country called Finland," which I think is funny, "and a pot of the gold at the end of the rainbow. Bite my crank, tiny people with tiny nooses around their necks, shoveling you-know-what down our throats until we start to like the taste. Oh God, he's off again. Don't let those effers own you. Smash that on the ground. Break out of the effing cage." So you can see it's like a conspiracy theory guy talking about how Jay Norris and Life Invader is, I'm assuming, controlling everyone, selling data to the Chinese is what they say. So there's going to be some absolutely hilarious conversations with strangers and freaks and random characters in this game. Now, speaking of characters, there was actually 3 other characters that we were able to identify. We obviously know about Jason and Lucia, our main characters, but there was possible contacts or other characters that we would run into. Billy, Kai, spelled K-A-I, and Shaw. There's actually a scene where you can see our main characters walking through one of the strip clubs, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and you can see that those contacts actually come up on their screen. Now, speaking of that strip club, it's actually called Jack of Hearts, which I'm pretty sure is a play on words. If you guys say it enough, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about here. So that's the name of the strip club. Now, the strip club also has multiple social media sites that can be seen on the screen. One of them, as we know, speaking of Jay Norris, is Life Invader, which is a parody of Facebook. The other one is Bleeder, which is a parody of Twitter. And then there's a third one that looks like it's a brand new logo. I can only assume Rockstar is going to catch on to one of the newer social media sites, possibly TikTok or something along those lines. And we know that there's going to be an updated messaging service on the phone because there's an alert that says "What up!" message received, which I'm pretty sure is a parody of WhatsApp, a popular messaging service that a lot of people, some guys like you, might actually have on your phone. So Rockstar definitely referencing and parodying a lot of things that we actually use in real life. So that's actually going to be kind of cool. Now, a couple more things that I noticed from the footage. We have some really awesome drive-by capabilities. So 2 things. You have the ability to stand and shoot outside your window, which actually allows you to use bigger weapons. So right now, as things currently stand in GTA 5, if you're doing like a drive-by, you're only limited to smaller weapons. But if you stand and shoot outside, you can have like an assault rifle. And you can also do this from the bed of the truck as well. So if you happen to be in the back, you can be shooting out of the back of the truck. That's kind of cool. Another thing we've seen so far is that there's supposed to be a 5-star wanted level, which would match what we have in GTA 5. Previous Grand Theft Auto games have gone as high up as 6, but I think they're going to stay at 5 stars, although this would be kind of cool if there was a 6-star wanted level, considering it's going to be GTA 6. Now, a couple more combat things. You also have the ability to drop unwanted weapons, which is something you don't really have the ability to do right now in GTA 5. Red Dead Redemption 2 built upon that really nicely, so I hope they continue with that in GTA 6. And you're also able to switch hands while shooting, which might be useful. So let's say you're proned up against a wall and you want to lean around and shoot. Well, if you were able to switch one of your hands, you might be able to do so more efficiently. There's so many scenarios where this might be useful. I'm sure Rockstar will explain how that all plays out when they officially reveal the game. One tiny thing I noticed when Lucia actually walked by the front entrance of a convenience store is she actually had the ability to use a gumball machine or a candy dispenser outside. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of parts of the world that are interactive whether they be the simple things like getting candy out of a machine, or whether it's something that has far more importance to the world that we're in. But anyways, let's move on. Another thing it looks like we're going to be able to do with our characters, I'd probably specifically say Lucia, is different hairstyles and makeup. We saw her wearing different hairstyles, having different makeup on. That's something that we've seen slightly in detail in Grand Theft Auto Online. If you have a female character, you're able to mess with the makeup a little bit. So I would expect that we'd get to see that a good bit with her. I would also imagine with Jason, you'll be able to change up the hairstyles and whatnot. In one of the scenes I saw, there was a car with an open trunk. This kind of reminded me of one screenshot from GTA 5 where Franklin looks like he's grabbing a rifle out of a trunk, or one of the features from Grand Theft Auto 4 where you could call someone and they would have this like mobile armory with their trunk open ready to go. That would be cool if our vehicles, at least the personal one, kind of like how Michael had the tailgater, Franklin had the Buffalo, if it had the ability to have like a trunk where you could store stuff. I also saw in one scene, and this might be a placeholder, Arthur Morgan's hat from Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, it would not be surprising at all if there was Easter eggs and references to things that happened in Red Dead Redemption 2. And a lot of the speculation that I've seen so far is that Jason is some descendant or relative of Arthur just because he was wearing his hat. This could also very much be a placeholder or just something Rockstar threw in there for fun. Doesn't necessarily mean he has a connection with Arthur. A couple of other things I saw that it looks like we're going to be able to do. One of the events is Dead Husband Disposal. I can only imagine you have like a housewife in distress and you have to somehow get rid of the husband. You either help her, don't help her, turn her into the cops, whatnot. I can see this being like a morality honor thing, whether you help her or not. It also looks like there's going to be a missing persons poster. This immediately reminded me of the princess from Red Dead Redemption 2. You find her poster in Van Horn, and you essentially go on this long mystery hunt of trying to find her. And I think Rockstar actually removed her from the game, but they could probably do something like that still in RDR2. It also looks like kind of the mini games will be returning, and one of them is playing dice. So I'm assuming there's going to be like pool, darts, dice, tennis, I'm sure like surfing, stuff like that. Another thing I noticed from the leak footage, it kind of gave me some Watchdog vibes. CCTV cameras are in game and they seem to be functional. So I wonder if this could mean that if you commit a crime in front of a CCTV camera, that it's going to alert the cops. But the same might not happen if you do so in the middle of nowhere, which would kind of make sense because right now in GTA 5, if you like kill someone in the middle of the woods, no one will hear it or see it, but you'll still get a wanted star. So maybe this is Rockstar's way of making things a little bit more realistic, is that the police will only respond if they like literally are notified that you commit a crime. Just something to think about. And last but not least today, there were a handful of returning vehicles as well as new cars that were posted too. So some of the seen vehicles include the Baller, the Benson, Boxville Burrito, the Mule, the Granger, a Vice City Police Department police cruiser, a Rebel, a Sadler, a Sanchez, a Stainer, a Tauros, and a Yugo Classic. And there were also many more original vehicles that we've never seen in the series before. One of them was this like fan vehicle that you would use to like drive and boat on swamps and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. So there's going to be a lot of new cars, obviously. It's one of the staples of Grand Theft Auto, and it'll be interesting to see how many of them on day one are new and how many of them are returning from previous iterations in the series. But anyways, that is all the information that I have got for you guys in this video today, and that is about 25 gameplay features that you might have missed from the leaked footage here in GTA 6. I'd love to hear from you guys, though, in those comments down below. Of all the features we talked about in this video today, which one has you the most interested or excited? Let me know what you think in those comments down below. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.